You can also download the iOS or Android app on your mobile devices to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International, your window to the world.
The coronavirus, also known as COVID-19, has been declared by the World Health Organization as a global
Queen Elizabeth loses husband, the Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip, at the age of 99. Federal government solar power Nigeria program upswing as Vice President Oshibanjo launches 1,000 solar home systems in Jigawa.
We have a very critical situation which needs immediate attention.
Acting IGP hits the ground running. Brainstorm with operational commanders from the Southeast and South-South zones over security challenges. Plus, JAMB announces the postponement of the 2021 direct entry and UTME examination. Good evening, this is NTA Network News. I am Jumwe Yusuf. We're live in Abuja and Jennifer Igwe joins me from Lagos. Thanks for joining us. The Duke of Edinburgh, Prince Philip, has died at Windsor Castle, aged 99. Joyce Ometu takes us through the life of the longest-serving consort in British history.
Prince Philip was born into a Greek royal family and ended as Britain's longest-serving consort. Prince Philip headed hundreds of charities, founded programs that helped British school children participate in challenging outdoor adventures, and played a prominent part in raising his 4 children, including his eldest son, Prince Charles, the heir to the throne. Philip saw his sole role as providing support for his wife, who began her reign just as Britain retreated from empire and steered the monarchy through decades of declining social difference. For 7 decades, he stood by Her Royal Majesty's side, always a step behind. Speaking outside 10 Downing Street, Prime Minister Boris Johnson noted the support Philip provided to the Queen.
He helped to steer the royal family and the monarchy so that it remains an institution indisputably vital to the balance and happiness of our national life.
The flag at Buckingham Palace was lowered to half-mast and a notice was posted on the gates following the announcement of the Duke's death. The Prince married Princess Elizabeth in 1947, 5 years before she became Queen. He had been by the Queen's side throughout her 69-year reign, the longest in British history. Joyce Ometu, NTA News.
In the meantime, President Muhammadu Buhari extends his condolences to Her Majesty, the Queen of England, over the death of her husband, Prince Philip, who passed on peacefully at the age of 99. In a statement by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, President Buhari described the death of Duke of Edinburgh as the end of an era. President Buhari describes Prince Philip as a great man in his own right, who made enormous contributions to philanthropic activities and charities, especially for wildlife conservation and youth development programs in more than 130 countries. President Buhari in his tribute acknowledges the Duke of Edinburgh as a remarkable husband who had been happily married to the Queen since 1947, saying it's an impressive record for any marriage at any level. While commiserating with the government of the United Kingdom, members of the Commonwealth, the President believes Prince Philip's contributions to the Commonwealth will be remembered for generations to come. Now, the conversation tackling security challenges continues as expectations are high among stakeholders for effective implementation of resolutions coming out of the Kaduna Town Hall meeting on setting benchmarks for enhanced security and national unity in Nigeria. Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachukwu reports.
With broad-based attendance, wide submissions and far-reaching resolutions, the Town Hall meeting on security is the second held in Kaduna State under the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. It is in search of the best approach towards addressing lingering farmers-herders conflict, ethno-religious clashes, banditry, kidnapping, drug abuse and addiction, among other crimes bedeviling the region. From the lead presenter to discussants, stakeholders are on the same page, believing that together they can overcome the challenges.
History have made it clear the most outstanding success have not come to the Northeast until when the civilian JTF come to place. Because with the civilian JTF in the Northeast, they're able to identify these bad guys and be who knows the track, follow the traps and use them to fish them out.
Some of the people that are perpetrating this thing are our children. And so the question I ask every parent, where does your child sleep last night?
They also advocate constitutional role for traditional rulers, especially on issues of national security.
We have to look for our abandoned traditional institutions. We have to look for our neglected religious institutions. These come together to form another force. Stakeholders acknowledge consistent synergy in tackling the challenges and maintaining stability and corporate existence of Nigeria. Suleiman Abdullahi Rigachukwu, NTA News.
Nigeria's unity and the intellectual capacity of its youths, who form a large size of its population, cannot be compromised on the basis of some group asking for secession. Chairman Board of Directors of First Bank, Ibekun Awosika, made the submission at a town hall meeting to discuss Nigeria's security situation. Anthony Fossen reports.
Faulting the current agitation by some groups for secession, Ibekun Awosika stressed that the founding fathers of today's Nigeria never related on ethnic or religious divides.
They were from the diverse nation of Nigeria as it has existed for so many decades now. So the conversation around dissolution or breaking up is something that we need to kill.
She added that one of the blessings Nigeria is gifted with is its diversity, which brings to the fore opportunities in its natural and human resources.
Listen to the pain in the hearts of our children, to listen to the disappointments of our children. We have empowered and educated some. We have opened their eyes to a better world. They know what it can be. But every day, by our actions or our inactions, we're failing them and we're losing them. I don't like that we use our resources to train doctors, but because we cannot treat them right, we lose them to countries that have not invested in their training, and our people suffer.
Recalling her youthful days as a young lady, raised in a Muslim home with very rich Islamic heritage, as a Christian, she has many relations, friends, and business associates who are Muslims. She, however, blamed politicians for creating division amongst Nigerians. Anthony Fossen, NTA News.
The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atairu, has directed army training institutions to focus on building appropriate capacity that will further transform the Nigerian Army to a formidable force to tackle security challenges across the country. The Army Chief gave the directives at the inauguration of the Course 5, 2021 of the Army War College, Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
This brief but symbolic ceremony marks the inauguration of 62 officers into the premier Nigerian Army War College, conceptualized in 2017 to develop the capacity of participants in the act of operational campaign planning and strategic interagency cooperation. This is to enhance efficient deployment and employment of land power in a complex joint multinational and interagency environment.
Our nation has been grappling with myriad of security challenges. I challenge you to make good use of your time at the college and imbibe the knowledge that will open your minds to new ideas that enhances the defense and security of our dear nation.
The course is unique in that it is the first course that will conduct the Maiden Joint Operations Exercise recently introduced by Defense Headquarters for Services War Colleges.
National security.
Former Chief of Army Staff and Minister of Interior delivered the guest lecture that focused on strategic military leadership and emerging threats to Nigeria's national security.
The civil defense and the police should be, used in order to be able to, add in terms of protection of civilian communities. But it's very, very important because the insurgents have realized the fact that civilian communities are soft targets.
62 participants comprising 3 officers from Togo, Liberia and Congo were inaugurated at the event. From the Nigerian Army War College in Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Barely 48 hours after assuming office, the Acting Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, is engaging operational commanders from the southeast and south-south with a view to addressing the security challenges affecting the zone. Francis Form reports.
What is the problem?
Usman Alkali Baba is assuming the leadership of the force at a time that the force is battling with too many internal security challenges, with the recent attacks in Imo and other states within the southeast and south-south zones being the latest. That explains this maiden engagement with strategic commanders from states in those zones.
We have a very critical situation which needs immediate attention and which needs rejigging our operational strategy to ensure that this thing is nipped on the board within the quickest possible time.
The acting IGP wants Nigerians to change their mindsets and be ready to work with security agencies for community safety and national security. Meanwhile, the acting IGP has approved the appointment of AIG Hafiz Inua as the Force Secretary, while CP Frank Mba and acting CP Ido Ohunwa have been retained as Force Public Relations Officer and Principal Staff Officer to the IGP, respectively. Francis from NTA News.
5 additional students of the Federal College of Forestry and Agricultural Mechanization, Afaka, Kaduna, have regained freedom from their abductors. Amina Saidu Abubakar reports that 3 out of the freed students are from the same family.
The 5 students coming back to the college for the first time since they were abducted about a month ago. Kaduna State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruan, reunites them with their parents before the school management.
The governor charged the students to be strong and firm in pursuing excellence in life. He encouraged them to convert the unfortunate experience into a platform for hope, realization of dreams and aspiration for a better Nigeria.
We are thanking Kaduna State government, and still we need their support. As he said, we want them to give us full support, full cooperation until all our students are back.
The students say they will not be deterred.
My prayer is that since we were out, we pray for them to be out there successful.
This brings to 10 the total number of students of the college who have regained freedom out of the 39 kidnapped from the school by bandits on the 11th of March. In Kaduna, Amina Saida Abubakar, NTA News.
The Defense Headquarters says apart from 10 bandits that were killed during the fight between the military and militias, no civilian casualty was recorded on Koshika local government area of Benue State. This is coming on the heels of a media report of alleged massive killing and destruction of property by the army following the killing of soldiers in the community. A statement by the Director of Defense Information, Brigadier General Nwachukwu Onyema, describes the purported story as misleading, stressing most of the villagers fled their homes following the killings of military personnel. Brigadier General Onyema notes that troops only repelled the attacks and destroyed the houses used by the criminals as hideout for the attacks. The statement added that the tactics of using buildings as shield is common with bandits to whip up public sentiment against security forces as seen in this situation, noting that troops adhered to the rules of engagement in the face of unprovoked attacks and emphasizing that there was no massacre in Koshiga, describing the stories as being fabricated by bandits to spare the military's image after murdering troops in cold blood. The Federal Road Safety Corps is insisting on seamless interchange of vital information between security agencies to help detect, prevent, and tackle security threats in the country. Corps Marshal Boboye Oyeyemi made the point at the 6th Strategic Workshop on Intelligence Sharing among Security Agencies in Abuja. Oyeyemi Ajayi tells us more.
Energizing of data and intelligence gathering among security agencies have been said to be a major step in confronting and overcoming security threats in the country. This 6th strategic workshop on data gathering was for the security agencies to exchange notes as well as harmonize data for optimum performance.
It is obvious that since security is the collective responsibility, all security agencies need to cooperate in initiating and implementing the measures that are required within their mandate to tackle these challenges, since security is fundamental to national development.
As part of efforts of ensuring a safer country, Nigerians were advised to always remain security conscious with their environments and desist from taking laws into their hands.
The present situation is more challenging because of the addition of the coronavirus challenge within our system. That creates a new form of security challenge that we hope that we need to mobilize all the necessary stakeholders and sustain a multidimensional approach to tackle this problem.
In terms of gathering intelligence and sharing intelligence that will uncover criminalities and issues governing on security will be a very good and veritable platform for all of us to achieve the desired objective.
For the past 6 years, with intelligence sharing, proper crime investigation have been carried out with the unraveling of identities of fraudsters, which had also helped security agencies recover over 500 stolen vehicles in the country. In Abuja, Oyeyemi Ajayi, NTA News.
This is NTA Network News. We'll take a break now. More reports when we return. Do stay.
We just having a good time, and I'm feeling so good.
Where you did? I dey come now. You go see me now. You go.
Call your party and everybody, yeah. Make we start to the.
Where you did now? You go see me now.
Everybody they dance.
Where you did now? Oh you go see me now.
You want
I'm fine, sir. Give me a surprise.
Hey, where you at? Go Mexico, you go Jericho, I go let you go.
Hello, how are you?
Tell us one truth nobody knows.
I like to steam it from my mama's pot.
Glow, the best data plans in town. Dial *777#.
Annual Lecture and Fellows Night, live on Saturday, 10th April 2021. The Governing Council of ISSS presents Distinguished Nigerians Fellow Investiture. The guest speaker, recognized for his great security accomplishment, is His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. Accomplishment: gave foreign expatriates the confidence to return to Kogi State. Accomplishment: create an effective vigilante service in Kogi State. Accomplishments: IGP Security Award and numerous others. Keynote lecture: Security as a basis for peaceful and united Nigeria. Date: 10th of April 2021. Venue: Eradua Center, Central Area, Abuja. Time: 6 p.m. prompt. Announcer: Institute of Security and Strategic Studies, ISSS.
I dey look for pension fund administrator. Where soft, make sense, we care for me. Shy. No be the time when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. Oh no. The brand is sure them no go stress you. Call them then they accessible. Yes, customer care where they on point. You no go regret when you try, of course. Profitable investment. Everything is just a blend. If you know what's good for you, my guy.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
Visitation panels to the federal universities, inter-university centers, polytechnics, and colleges of education, earlier published by the Federal Ministry of Education, are to be inaugurated by the Education Minister, Adamu Adamu, and the Minister of State for Education, Honorable Chukwuemeka Nwajuba, as follows. Monday, 12th April 2021, inauguration of visitation panels to polytechnics and colleges of education. Tuesday, 13th April 2021, inauguration of visitation panels to universities and inter-university centers. Venue, Idris Abubakar Auditorium, National Universities Commission, Abuja. Time 11 a.m. prompt. Chairmen of councils are kindly requested to attend the inauguration in person, along with their secretaries, while other members are to join the inauguration ceremony virtually. Meeting ID will be provided for other members. Details have already been published in Daily Trust and the nation's newspapers of Thursday, 8 April 2021. For inquiries, please call Adewale Ayotunde and Benga, Architect Sonny St. Echomo, Permanent Secretary, Announcer.
The National Primary Healthcare Development Agency has commenced the phased rollout of COVID-19 vaccinations to all eligible Nigerians 18 years and above, beginning with healthcare workers and other frontline workers. The pre-vaccination e-registration link is now open to the public for registration. Please ensure you register. Registration is free. The link enables you to upload your biodata and schedules you for vaccination with ease. Please note, the bank details are not required. You are advised to access the registration form only through the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency's website, www.nphcda.gov.ng, and the agency's official social media platforms, Facebook, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Twitter @NPHCDANG, Instagram @NPHCDA. Do not attempt to access the e-form through any other source, please. Signed, Dr. Faisal Shuaib, Executive Director, CEO, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency.
As you adjust to the new realities for operating your business and engaging with your customers, let us help you transform your business into a digital powerhouse capable of adapting and taking advantage of today's opportunities. With our best-in-class array of digital solutions, you can conduct your business, receive payments from your customers, and perform transactions quickly, safely, and conveniently, because we've got you covered with the right people, technology, and service offerings. Contact us today and let us take your business to its zenith. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
With the top four back in sight, Liverpool welcome Aston Villa to Anfield in what could be a tricky tie for their Champions League ambition. Will it prove a costly visit for the hosts? Find out as Liverpool take on Aston Villa on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 2:30 p.m. this Saturday. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu in association with Gold.com.
As a mark of its commitment to expand energy access to 5 million households in off-grid communities across the country, the federal government has launched the deployment of 100,000 solar home systems in Jigawa State under the Solar Power Niger program. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
This is Jangefe, a community in Roni local government area of Jigawa State. It is an agrarian community with others engaging in petty trading. What I cannot say to be more of a challenge. Unfortunately, it is one of the off-grid communities not connected to electricity, and the people yearn for this.
Now. Yes, now.
Awal Dauda is a member of the community who is benefiting from the 1,000 units allocated for the community under the second phase of the Solar Power Niger program. It is new to him and other members of the community, but one which has come as a great relief. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, launching the deployment of the 100,000 solar home systems, says the initiative is part of Nigeria Economic Sustainability Plan to roll out 5 million new solar connections in off-grid communities across the country.
The program incorporates several innovative solutions to increase affordability for the citizens while also providing sufficient comfort to investors and financiers alike.
The program is being implemented by the Rural Electrification Agency, the Niger Delta Power Holding Company, and Asola.
We in Jigawa, we can count numerous interventions that is being done by the federal government under President Muhammad Buhari.
Today's occasion is a testimony that partnership is needed to make meaningful progress in this space and encourage other agencies and state government to key into this program to further achieve the set objectives.
Why wouldn't they be happy? And just a simple solution. And that's what we are doing. That's what the government has asked us to do, and that's what we are doing. The Economic Sustainability Program is a very wonderful program.
Our leaders are human. They commit mistakes. They commit acts of omission. Where they omit, we should learn to overlook and forgive. Where they do the right things, we should learn to appreciate them.
Apart from the immediate benefit of this solar power program, the initiative is expected to create over 250,000 jobs across the country. And the vice president was at the palace of the Emir of Kazaure, Alhaji Najib Hussein Adamu, where he served as the special guest at the turbaning of the Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, as the new Galadima Kazaure and district head of Roni. The vice president was accompanied by chairman of the Governors Forum, Kayode Fayemi, the host governor, Badaru Abubakar, and governors of Kaduna, Kano, Katsina, as well as other cabinet ministers. The Galadima title bestowed on the minister is the highest ranking council member title among princes. In Kazaure, Jigawa State, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
Towards finding a lasting and more durable solution to Borno power outage, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, will within the next 4 months establish a dedicated gas power plant in Borno State. Group Managing Director NNPC Mele Kyari announced this when he led a high-powered delegation from power and gas sectors in the courtesy visit to the state governor, Professor Babagana Umara Zulum, at Government House, Maiduguri. Mohammed Goni reports.
The power sector restored power to Maiduguri after 2 months, but the joy was short-lived as the insurgents again destroyed the facilities after 3 days of restoration, putting Maiduguri back to darkness, which compelled the authorities to reach out to alternative source. Group Managing Director NNPC, Mele Kyari, said the NNPC and other partners in the value chain were in Borno to join Governor Zulum to address the power challenge confronting the state, particularly Maiduguri and Imbaron, adding that President Muhammadu Buhari's cardinal principle is to deepen gas consumption in the domestic market, and the easiest way to do that is to supply gas to power plant and industries.
We will work with Your Excellency to make sure that the infrastructure are put on ground, also create the necessary commercial structures to make sure that the cost of power is recovered in the best possible manner that is being driven by the Federal Ministry of Power, and will align them on this process.
Governor Babagana Umara lauded NNPC and its agencies for the continued support to the cause of Borno, noting the establishment of 25-bed capacity infectious disease hospital and other health facilities, and the current intervention in the power sector.
Government at our own level will provide all the necessary support needed to ensure the establishment of this gas plant.
In Maiduguri, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, has restated its commitment to the partnership with the government of Kebbi State for the production of biofuels, describing the project as viable and in tandem with the global transition to renewable energy. The Group Managing Director Mele Kyari said this at an interface with Governor of Kebbi State, Senator Atiku Bagudu, who paid him a courtesy visit in his office in Abuja. A statement by Dr. Kenny Obatru, Group General Manager, Group Public Affairs Division, NMPC, says Mele commended the rice production program in the state, describing it as definite boost to the biofuels project, adding that the linkage of the agricultural sector with the energy sector would facilitate economic growth and bring prosperity to the citizens. Kyari also hinted of plans for the corporation to resume active exploration activities in the Sokoto Basin. In his remarks, the Kebbi State Governor expressed appreciation to the NMPC for its cooperation on the biofuel project. He said the cassava program was well on course, but the same cannot be said of the sugarcane program, as the targeted milestone was yet to be attained. Governor Bagudu assured the GMD of his commitment to the success of the project. Kebbi State is one of the states the corporation is in partnership with for the development of renewable energy. The linkage of all railway tracks to the seaports across the country is inching closer, with funds available to kickstart the construction of more standard and narrow gauge tracks. Minister of Transportation said this while addressing the media on the activities of the ministry and its agencies. Abdullahi Muhammad reports.
It's the Ministry of Transportation's annual ministerial press briefing, so a quorum of all chief executives of the agencies under the ministry was reached, with the man handling the management of national information attending. The eyes of the cameras on the Minister of Transportation, and with his shoulders high, he began with the railway sector, where the services rendered in the Kaduna Abuja, Lagos Ibadan, and Warri to Akpe standard gauge rail lines, he said, are saving costs and travel time.
To fly from either Benin or Warri will cost you 60,000 naira. Road transport will cost you about 20. But if you go by rail, 6,000 to get Abuja, 6,000. 2,500 from Warri to Itape by rail, and then 3,500 by road transport, which is gotten at the rail station. The air-conditioned buses or air-conditioned taxis will take you to Abuja at 3,500. So if you put the 3,500 plus 2,500, 6,000, which is cheaper than any other means.
In the Nigeria Port Authority, NTA, NIMASA, the Shippers Council, and several other agencies of the ministry are said to be success stories, and the Minister of Information says this solidifies the legacies of the Buhari-led administration.
I'm very proud to be associated with the Ministry of Transportation. Thank you very much.
The annual ministerial press briefing has been a platform where the ministry opens its doors to the media and other stakeholders in order to exchange ideas. In Abuja, Abdullahi Muhammad, NTA News.
Nigeria's Governors Forum has proposed to leverage on scientific approach and turn around the country's agricultural practice in line with the federal government's effort to boost the nation's non-oil-based economy. The chairman of the forum and the governor of Ekiti State, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, made this proposition while he led 5 other governors to Malam Alu farms in Jigawa to see how the state is excelling in modern agricultural practice. Mohammed Musa Askira has details.
Landmass of over 23,000 square kilometers, Jigawa is endowed with over 450,000 hectares of Adama land, out of which only 30,000 hectares are being cultivated all year round. To activate the remaining cultivable land, Governor Muhammadu Badru Abubakar has been calling for the participation of the elites in the agricultural practice. That was the reason the governor took the 5 visiting governors to Malam Alu farm, established by the state's APC leader Farouk Adamu Aliyu in Birnin Kudu local government area of Jigawa State.
The farm is really integrated, and we cannot thank him enough for his patriotism, for his support to the policy of President Muhammad Buhari and that of Jigawa State government.
This is a demonstration effect of what our leader, Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari, has always consistently preached to all of us, that we must grow what we eat and we must eat what we grow.
By the clarion call from Mr. President that we should all go back to farm. Secondly, by another clarion call by the governor of Jigawa State, whom I thank God and thank him
for at least putting me through fertilizer production in this country. What we have done here is to demonstrate that Nigeria can be a great country, that if we all put our hands together, we can make it happen.
Impressed with the farm facilities, the governors called for the replication of such modern farming practice in Nigeria to realize the federal government's dream for achieving national food security. The visiting governors also inspected 50.3-meter-long national flag, the longest in the country, hoisted at the farm. Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
The avian influenza virus has continued to spread to more poultry farms across more local government areas in 8 states in the northwest and north-central parts of the country. Musa Baba Ali reports that more than 400,000 birds have been exposed to the virus.
The outbreak of avian influenza is attacking poultry with 2 types of pathogenic strains of H5N1 and H5N8. President, Nigeria Veterinary Medical Association, Dr. Ibrahim Ado Shehu, says birds-to-human transmission is high due to the presence of the 2 strains.
In the case of the avian influenza, I don't think we have documented any successful transmission from humans to humans. That's when it makes it more serious. But as it is now, it's still very serious because the high-risk groups that are involved with poultry and poultry products, there is risk of transmission of these viruses to them.
Chief Veterinary Officer of the Federation, Olaniran Alabi, confirmed the outbreak of the virus in 8 states as at 5th of April 2021. The document he made available to NTA News shows that 421,000 birds have been exposed to the virus in 20 local government areas, resulting in the death of 92,422 birds. 329,556 birds have been depopulated and 1,982 eggs destroyed.
There's really nothing to worry about because what we are adopting for, especially for this current outbreak, we are already working with the NCDC. We have what we call the One Health team. For every outbreak that is confirmed, we communicate with the NCDC. We form a joint One Health team. The NCDC go to the farms to take blood samples from the human exposures in those farms.
In the meantime, poultry farms and live birds markets in the Federal Capital Territory have been put on alert with the presence of the virus in neighboring states of Niger and Nasarawa. Nigerians are therefore advised to avoid sick or dead birds, including chicken, while poultry farm owners are expected to report any mortality to relevant authorities. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
We're now joining Jennifer in our Lagos studio for more reports. Hello, Jenny. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Jumai. Now, an update on the strike by resident doctors. Now, a week into the strike embarked upon by Association of Resident Doctors, Nigerians are still appealing to members and the federal government to reach a compromise to end the suffering of patients. Hingino John Adams, who visited the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, gives us an update.
Strike is no doubt affecting patients negatively, but for 12-year-old Daniel Adegbola, his visit to the Lagos University Teaching Hospital yielded positive results.
The doctor attends to us and they give us necessary things.
Some doctors, they are working, some they are not working. Please help us to pay their money so that they will be able to work, please.
The government should find a solution to the problem and see how they can, come into agreement with these doctors.
Consultants and other staff are on ground attending to patients.
We've been working. Patients have been coming, GOPD, our staff, and we've had some sets of people that came for screening. We've been attending to all of them.
President of the Association of Resident Doctors, Untitled Chapter, Dr. Hassan Oluwafemi, revealed that though the industrial action is still on, resident doctors manning isolation centers have not withdrawn their services.
The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors is still on strike, and as such, we can't, although discussion is still ongoing, but nothing has been achieved as we speak.
Nigerians are expecting to see favorable outcome of deliberations between the two parties in the coming days. In Lagos, Hingino John Adams, NTA News.
Now, the National Assembly will continue to provide needed support in form of appropriation and other special interventions to federal government agencies towards the realization of their core mandates. Chairman, Senate Committee on Establishment and Public Service, Senator Ibrahim Shekarau, stated this during an oversight visit to the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCON, Badagry, Lagos. Taiwo completes the report.
Established by the federal government in June 1972, the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCON, is a degree-awarding institution with a mandate to develop the administrative capacity of senior executives in Nigeria's public and private sectors of the economy. The visit by the Senate Committee on Establishment and Public Service to the institution is to engage management on how best to reposition it towards effective service delivery, better funding, synergy with similar organizations, and rehabilitation of the Lagos-Badagry Expressway and other infrastructure around the institution were major talking points.
The first thing to do is to catalog all the major issues, especially those that have to do with budgeting and those that have to do with support to the institution.
Chairman of the committee, Senator Shekarau Ibrahim, and other members acknowledged the need to put ASCON on a better footing in the expectation that it will continue to promote manpower development in the country.
Our duty is to facilitate the solution to address these challenges. We've had some discussions, and I commend the management and the staff.
Director General of ASCON, Cecilia Gaya, urged the National Assembly to expedite its intervention plan for the institution.
Now that the National Assembly is here and saying that, yes, this road actually needs to be worked on, and that they will work with the appropriate committees to get the work done, we are very, very hopeful.
Members of the committee also carried out oversight functions on some pension establishments in Lagos. In Lagos, Adeni Taiwo, NTA News.
Time for a break. Jumai in Abuja will be back afterwards. Stay tuned.
We want it tasty, we want it creamy, we want it nourishing. Oh, well, cowbell evaporated milk, nourishing my body, tasty creamy on me.
You love your milk, deliciously creamy, with all the goodness of Vitarich. That's how we've made the new Cowbell Evaporated Milk. Cowbell Evaporated Milk, evaporated just for you.
Download the Airtel TV app to watch all the fun and exciting performances of The Voice Nigeria Season 3 every Saturday on Views channel at 9 p.m. The Voice Nigeria, connected by
Airtel, the smartphone network.
There's enough to go around.
With Mr. Chef seasoning cubes and powders, every meal is something to look forward to.
Me first.
Mr. Chef, creating delightful memories.
Ooh la la. Sweet nutrition.
Talking about your team has never been on top of the law. They have, Joe. And what are you saying? It's a lie. How is it a lie? Highest scoring striker ever. He doesn't have a higher score than
Yes! Kickoff is at 9:45 p.m.
9 p.m.
Settle almost anything football with Google search.
Beat sensitivity pain fast with Sensodyne Rapid Action Toothpaste. Sensodyne Rapid Action Toothpaste. Available in a big 100-gram tube and a small 25-gram tube.
My name is Alhaji Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information and Culture. I just received my first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, and I'm glad I did so. This vaccine has been proven to be safe and efficacious. And as long as we take this vaccine and we continue to obey the COVID-19 protocols, such as frequent washing of hands, use of sanitizer, wearing of masks in public places, keeping social distancing, avoiding gatherings, we are sure going to beat COVID-19.
With the top four back in sight, Liverpool welcome Aston Villa to Anfield in what could be a tricky tie for their Champions League ambition. Will it prove a costly visit for the hosts? Find out as Liverpool take on Aston Villa on the Premier League Live, showing on the network service of the NTA from 2:30 p.m. this Saturday. The Premier League Live is brought to you by Baba Ijebu in association with Gold.com.
Media organizations in the country must forge strong synergy in promoting national unity and cohesion, especially now the nation is facing challenges. Director General Nigerian Television Authority Malam Yakubu Ibn Muhammad said this in Kaduna while on a courtesy visit to the management of Kaduna State Media Corporation. Haruna Muhammad reports.
This is the first time a Director General of NTA is visiting the state-owned media organization since its establishment more than 40 years ago. Accompanied by Zonal Director Kaduna Network Center Hamza Musa Makarfi, the visit is an opportunity for DG to monitor the state's managing director Ibrahim Samaila Ahmad, who happens to be a staff of the NTA seconded to Kaduna State Government. The Director General was conducted around new office complex, which is about 85% completion, and some strategic operational areas. Says a new focus revolutionizing broadcasting is taking place at Kaduna State Media Corporation. He commends Governor El-Rufai for development across social and economic sector of the state. The Director General advised the state media organizations in the country to take advantage of us to train staff to enable them compete favorably in the broadcast industry.
We should not see ourselves as competitors, right? We should see ourselves as partners in progress, right? We're in the business of broadcasting. We're in the business of media. And the world has changed so dramatically, especially if you come to media, the business of media, the world has changed. So the only way to go is collaboration and support. We should collaborate with each other, support each other. What you have and I don't have, if I need it, you should be able to give it to me.
Managing Director Ismail Ahmed describes as moral booster the visit by the Director General to the organization. He says the state government is doing a lot to support KSMC to achieve its mandate. In Kaduna, Haruna Muhammad, NTA News.
New Director General for the National Center for Women Development, NCWD, has been appointed. She is Dr. Asabe Vilita Bashiru. The appointment announced by the Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Talon, says the new DG is to assume office on Monday, 12th April 2021. Dr. Asabe Vilita Bashiru is from Limankara Community, Goza local government area of Borno State. She graduated from the University of Maiduguri in 1988, where she studied chemistry and mathematics. Dr. Asabe Vilita Bashiru was first elected into Borno State House of Assembly in 1997 and 2003 and was a commissioner in various ministries in the State Executive Council before her election into the National Assembly in 2015, where she served as the Deputy Chairman, Women in Parliament, and sponsored a bill to ensure the girl child is taken off the streets to school in the north. 20 private universities cutting across the 6 geopolitical zones of Nigeria have been presented with operational licenses by the Minister of State for Education, Chukwuemeka Nwajuba. This is equal to the approval by the Federal Executive Council in February 2012 for their creation to boost the carrying capacity of Nigerian universities.
We look forward to working with the new universities and our older ones with a view to achieving a holistic holistic and enviable university system.
The National Universities Commission admonished the approved institutions not to derail from their mandates as quality assurance will not be compromised.
I assure you of the Commission's continued support and cooperation for the growth of all universities.
For us to come today and obtain a license means we have followed some guideline and procedure, and will continue to abide by the rule and regulation.
Abdullahi Musa Sulejo reports that the 20 new universities bring to 99 privately owned universities out of 193 universities in Nigeria. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, says it has shifted the date for the commencement of the 2021 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Exam and that of direct entry initially to start on the 8th of April 2021 to a later date. In a statement by Head of Public Affairs and Protocol of the Board, Benjamin Fabian says the postponement is as a result of unforeseen circumstances occasioned by the Board's determination to integrate the national identity number into the exercise. Dr. Fabian calls on candidates to be patient as the Board is working towards resolving the issue in good time to enable candidates to start the creation of the profile. President Muhammadu Buhari expressed sadness over the demise of a close associate and exceptional scholar and administrator, Dr. Mahmoud Tukur, describing him as a true patriot and a nationalist. In a message to the family, friends and associates of the founding Vice-Chancellor of the Bayero University, Kano, President Buhari says Dr. Mahmoud Tukur's service to the nation will be remembered by generations, underscoring his passion for a prosperous, economically strong and united Nigeria. The president recalled that as Minister of Trade when he was military head of state, Dr. Tukur introduced a lot of schemes that revived the local industries, boosted exports, as well as regenerated the indigenous manufacturing sector of the economy. He prayed Almighty Allah to grant him Al-Jannah Firdaus. Similarly, the First Lady Hajia Aishatu Buhari has expressed shock over the death of Dr. Mahmoud Tukur, describing him as a complete gentleman, a caring family man, and a credible mentor to many that crossed his path. She extends her heartfelt condolences to the people of Adamawa State and prays that Almighty Allah grant him paradise. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress national stalwart Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has commiserated with President Muhammadu Buhari, First Lady Aisha Buhari, and Malam Muhammad Daura over the passing of renowned scholar and former minister Dr. Mahmoud Tukur. Asiwaju Tinubu, in a statement issued by his media office, also extends his condolences to the family of the late minister, the academic community, as well as the government and people of Adamawa. The death has been announced of Dr. Stella Iraleme Musa in Bayero University Medical Center in Dallas, Texas, United States, age 62. Late Stella is from the family of Chief Christopher Keke Momo of Ivuhasa Quarters, Fugar in Esako local government area of Edo State. In a statement from the family, there will be a requiem mass on Saturday, 10th April 2021 at St. Charles Barama Catholic Church, Victoria Island, Lagos at 2:30 p.m. A funeral mass will follow on Friday, April 16th at St. Assisi Catholic Church in Frisco, Texas at 11 a.m. Interment will follow at Ridgeview West Memorial Park in Frisco, Texas. Stella Musa is survived by a husband, children, a grandchild, and many family relations. Sport Update is next.
Welcome to Edo 2020 Sports Update. I am Tamara Ibiwe. We begin with football, where Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Schreiber, has assured that Team Edo will win gold in the football event. He said this after he came in as a second-half substitute to help his team win 4-2 in the football event.
All of us also play to the coach instruction. My involvement is motivational, and you can see it during the game.
Playing with a host state in every competition, it is a very difficult match. We just accept the defeat that way.
In handball, host Edo defeated Plateau by 16-12. while Borno State lost 16-22 to Lagos, having defeated their opponents. Both qualified for the semi-finals.
I told you yesterday that we were going to look at the lapses in the first game, and then that's what we did, and we corrected it.
I'm satisfied with my team's performance, but the officiating was very, very poor.
In athletics, defending champion in 100 meters, Orisha Ishekiri, has decided to represent his state, Delta State. Orisha dominated his 100 meters heat alongside Ogo Eguero. And finally, 5 swimming events were concluded today, with Ifie Gbagbe of Bayelsa State dominating the medals.
Thank you.
Stay. That's it on Edo 2020 Sports Update. I am Tamara Ebiwe. Do stay tuned for more updates on the NTA.
Let's take a look at tomorrow's weather prospect.
Glad to have you with us on the forecast. We expect the returns of dust to the northern region. This area is already very hot, above 40 degrees Celsius. It's dry, and with the entry of dust, this presents the perfect picture for the outbreak of meningitis. Appropriate health and emergency authorities should take note for adequate preparedness. Saturday should be sunny and hazy over the northern part of the country, with more haziness to the eastern axis. Over the central states, we have prospects of evening thunderstorms over southern Taraba, parts of Benue, Nasarawa, Kogi, Kwara, and Niger. There are prospects of rain showers in the evening accompanied by thunder over the southern half, the southeast, inland and its coast, and the southwestern axis of the country. All these events are expected to be moderate to light rainfall activities. And that's it from here. Thank you for watching.
That's Network News tonight. Don't forget to be a star with NTA as we wage war against rape and rapists. I am Jumwa Yusuf.
In the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, information management is key.
I'm Cyril Stover.
Fatima Umar Buba.
Joseph Johnson.
Ian Ray John.
Muhammad Kudu Abubakar.
Jumwa Yusuf.
My name is Kirian Umaya.
Here in NTA, we're working very hard to make sure that everything we broadcast is accurate and up to date. Misinformation spreads very fast.
The social media has been a huge conveyor of misleading information from one individual to another, then to another set of groups. In a short while, it goes viral, and before you know it, it is all over the world.
There have been several misleading information on coronavirus COVID-19. Recently, the misconception of 5G as a cause of coronavirus is becoming widespread. Another is the belief that hot beverages and alcoholic drinks are internal cleanser for COVID-19, thereby leading to excessive consumption of these drinks.
The use of local concoctions as treatment for COVID-19 are yet to be scientifically proven. However, there has been several theories about the efficacies of these concoctions. We should stay safe and denounce all manner of fake news and misleading information on COVID-19.
For medical advice, go on the WHO website, Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC website, or stick with the advisories from the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 or other authentic official sources. NTA is one of them.
The lives of our royal fathers as custodians of cultures and tradition are exemplary, and their roles in achieving a stable and prosperous Nigeria is key. Our policies x-rays the lives and times of our royal fathers and their domains. It is revealing and inspiring. Coming on NTA International. Keep a date with us.
The Council of Our Fathers.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back to those harrowing days. You probably do not know what it is.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Contemporary times require practical skills to remain competitive and relevant in your organization. Therefore, take advantage of NTA TV College short proficiency courses to sharpen your professional skills. Basic Broadcast Accounting and Auditing. Date 19th April to 30th April 2021. 2 weeks. Audio Engineering, Operations and Maintenance. Date 19th April to 23rd April 2021. 1 week. Protocol, Event Management and Public Relations. Date 3rd May to 14th May 2021. 2 weeks. Intermediate Camera Operation Techniques. Date 17th May to 11th June 2021. 4 weeks. The course fee for the 4-week course is 100,000 naira per participant. The fee for the 2-week course is 80,000 naira, while the course fee for the 1-week course is 40,000 naira only. Accommodation inclusive. Venue for all the courses is the serene and secure environment of NTA TV College near Old Government House, Rayfield, Jos. For more inquiries, please call 0803-314-4383 or 0806-980-9807. NTA TV College, Jos, training you to be the best you want to be.
My name is Alhaji Lai Mohammed, the Minister of Information and Culture. I just received my first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, and I'm glad I did so. This vaccine has been proven to be safe and efficacious. And as long as we take this vaccine and we continue to obey the COVID-19 protocols, such as frequent washing of hands, use of sanitizer, wearing of masks in public places, keeping social distancing, avoiding gatherings, we are sure going to beat COVID-19.
Life is a game. We are cool. We are trendy. Energy moves us. Sports is our game, our oxygen. Because with the round leather, we ball, we hustle. All over the land, north and south, we are united in the positive glory. We are encapsulated by High-Fill. We live for the game. It's game time. Showing on NTA Network,